Sunday Night Raw. I think it's number 24. I can't remember. I forgot. But you'll see it in the title when the video goes up. But yeah, we got another Raw interview, which is the first time in like about a month or so. So it's cool to see one come in. But yeah, we have a Sunday Night Raw coming up tomorrow. It's going to be July 6th, I think. It's going to be BBountyHuntyr versus... It's BBountyHuntyr, right?
Yep, sure is.
Okay, BBountyHuntyr versus Jacko. Jacko is like the winningest Raw. Well, him and Shiny, they won the most Raws in like Raw history, pretty much. So it's gonna be a pretty good match. It's gonna be Ali versus Sarah. So, but yeah, I kind of ruined the surprise, and you know they already know you're here now. So if you want to say what's up, say what's up.
What up, people of YouTube land, VFDC land, wherever y'all from? Just what up? I'm tired, so yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, you get the raspy voice. He just woke up. I just woke him up. Just kicked him off the bed, just getting to do the interview.
I'm the Loch Ness monster right now. He done came into the cave and done woke my ass up. So to do this interview, let me do this.
Pretty much had to bust the door down or two, but yeah, okay. All right, first question: how'd you get started playing VF? And well, I guess it's a two-part question. How you get started playing VF, and what do you like about it?
How I got started. How I got started was it's pretty much Tag 2. I was pretty much tired of it because I got tired of the community that was there. So I wanted something new. I wanted something fresh. So I just went on the marketplace and I was looking through shit, and I found Blaze Blue. I found Persona, and I found a whole bunch of other games, and I found Final Showdown amongst all of them. So I was like, oh shit, what's this? And so in which case I downloaded it. I paid for it and all that good shit, and I was like, oh, this shit is actually really good. And so then I went through all the characters and stuff like that, and pretty much I found Aoi, and that's history from there.
Okay, that's what's up. So how long were you playing tag?
I've been playing Tekken for over 20 years. Pretty much all my life. I've been playing since 3, and I've been playing ever since then. Because like that was what everyone here who's played like Virtua Fighter for over like all their lives. I've been on Tekken. I've been playing with them all my life, so that's where I've been. I mean, I dabbed in Virtua Fighter a bit. I played a little bit of 4, but I borrowed it because that's all I had. I borrowed it from my friend, but I had to give it back, so I didn't play it for that long.
Okay. Do you have like a local community or anything like that you play with?
No. The community's not exactly strong where I'm from because I'm from Connecticut, so I don't think it's that strong here.
Oh, well, shoot, you're right close to Shidosha then. I might be able to play offline or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, okay, so, all right, last Tekken question. Well, okay, second last Tekken question. Who's your team in tag?
Oh, my team. And Tag 2, it's Jun and Xiao Yu. It's a weird team, but I make it work. I love them both, so I make them work.
Okay. All right, truly last Tekken question. What do you think of it compared to VF so far?
Oh my god. It's like Tekken is a watered down version of VF. It's just completely watered down. I'm just sitting there because this is how it is. I've learned so much stuff in Virtua Fighter that when you apply it into Tekken, it works so much better. And I'm like, wow. I'm starting to see shit that I actually never saw before in Tekken. And I'm just like, this really is just a punk-ass version of Virtua Fighter. I was like, why the fuck did I hear all this time? This shit is so stupid. And so I was like, I'm done with Tekken and because there's so much wrong with Tekken now that I've played Virtua Fighter, I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it now. I hate it. I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny because I've actually heard a couple of things like that from other Tekken players that came over, like Mac Factor, in case I remember his name correctly. But yeah, it's like it is not surprising though. But at the same time, it is what it is. So
yeah, because Tekken, it had a downfall ever since like I want to say 5. 5 I feel was the last one. 5 and 5BR were like the last good ones. 6 was okay, but the online was kind of iffy. So after like 5, it was just downhill from there. And then we got this garbage called Tag 2. Then we got that Revolution shit, which I still don't fucking understand. I don't know what the fuck is that. I'm like, I have to wait to fight somebody. What the fuck is this? We're not. This ain't arcades no more, motherfucker. Let's come to reality. No, there aren't any arcades no more. There's like a few of them, and they're all dying out. So I don't know why the fuck you're gonna have me wait online for just to fight somebody, and then people getting all these power ups and shit. And I'm just like, this isn't Tekken. What the fuck is this? The fuck is this? I don't understand this.
Oh man, that kind of echoes how I felt about the Soul Calibur one. But that's not even two players; it's just one player, and it's just never mind. Let me stop talking about that.
Oh, don't even get me started on Soul Calibur. You don't want me to get started on that shit. You don't. Oh my god. Like only get like what 5 moves per character. Like they took out so many moves per character from 4 to 5. They took out so fucking many.
4 to 5? No, 2 to 4, 3 to 4. Are you serious? You look at Zhang Hua. She's like half the character she was, and then they slow the game down like to half speed.
Yeah, because when I went through like the command list for Tira, because that's who I played. When I went through the command list for Tira, from 4 to 5, they like broke her down. They took shit away from her, and I'm just like, what is this, man? I can't. Don't even get me started on that. I'm done.
Okay. How about, because I was a Zhang Hua player since like the first game, and then I got into tournaments in 4, so I was already pissed off in 4 because Zhang Hua was like, she lost a ton of moves.
Yeah.
And then like I went from 4 to 5 and played Lei Sha, and Lei Sha is just like, she don't have any stances. She lost most of her moves. Like, a lot of her sidestep stuff don't work. It's like, her combos are weak. It's like she's so watered down. She was basically a poor man's Mitsurugi. It was like everybody who played Zhang Hua, they just dropped her. So it was good for me because I started playing Alpha Pack because I wanted to play Setsuke anyway, and that was like my excuse. But still, I know what you're talking about.
So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, first of all, what's the name of the person you just said? I want. What's the name of it again?
Zhang Hua, and Lei Sha. The just kidding chick who like had the short sword, Chinese sword. Because
didn't they take like, because Shang Hua, she's an original. I do like her. I will respect her. But they took her out in 5. Am I wrong?
Man, it was like she had a kid. Because it takes place like 15 years after. So she had a kid, and she was like, I ain't gonna fight no more. She must send my daughter out there.
What kind of bullshit is this? You gonna send your daughter to fight out here with all this crazy ass soul edge shit and all this shit? Why do you gonna send your daughter out there to fight all that shit and fight your battles for you? Bitch, you better get your sword and get your ass back out on the motherfucking battlefield. Don't play shit.
Well, technically, story-wise, okay, I was just exaggerating. Like, she actually just, like, snuck out the castle and was like, hey, I'm gonna travel the world and just, like, slice people up for fun because I was bored.
Oh, the bullshit stories. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then
bullshit stories.
And then it's like, who's the daddy? Who's the father?
I thought, I thought Kiryu was the father. Damn, he ain't the
Nobody knows, man. It's like a Mori case for real. Because she has a husband. She's married into royalty, but that might not be Lei Sha's pops.
Just don't know who the fuck her baby daddy is. That's some sad shit.
Yeah, man. So it's like all over the place, man. So it's like kind of, whatever. I'm kind of bleh about. Like, I like 5, but I'm kind of bleh about it. But yeah, I know how you feel. Let me stop.
Loose ass pussy.
Dragging topics elsewhere.
Loose ass pussy. I'm done.
Okay. Anyway, all right. Let me get to the next question. All right. This is another question. How did you get your tag, BBountyHuntyr?
Oh, BBountyHuntyr. Well, I went through a lot of aliases. I was Drossel Axel, if anybody remembers me from back in those days. I had that tag for a long time because I played pretty much that's when I was playing Soul Calibur 4, and I was just trying to find me a nice tag. So I took the Drossel part of Tira. I was like, I'll use this part, and then I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2 at the time, and I was looking at my favorite character, Axel. I was like, oh shit, that rhymes. I was like, I'm gonna use this shit. So Drossel Axel came about. But then I wanted to let go of that shit, and then I became Lockhart Arrow for a minute, and I don't know where the fuck that came from. I was just picking up shit. I was being a dumbass. I don't know where the fuck it came from.
That sounds like a Gundam name to me.
It was because it's half T for Lockhart, and I don't know where the arrow part came from. Everyone was like, you should have just left it as Drossel Axel, and I'm like, I know, this is a fucked up shit. And so then I guess I was talking with my friend, and this is how BBountyHuntyr came about. I was talking with my friend, and I was mad that day, and I was really upset because somebody was talking shit, and so I was hunting for him, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck him up when I see him. And my friend was like, "Wow, you're like a bounty hunter." I was like, "Bounty hunter." I was like, "Bounty hunter." I was like, "Oh shit." And then I like after I fucked him up because I went to his house and I fucked his ass up. Then I came back home. So after I fucked his ass up, I came back home and I changed my tag. I was like Bounty Hunter. I was like B Bounty Hunter because my last name's Brandon. So I used that B and I used Bounty Hunter, and that's how I changed it. And that's who I am today.
Yeah, that's pretty slick, man. I like that. That's pretty creative right there. So it makes sense. You know, it's not. It's better than just getting it off a random name generator like a lot of other people I've interviewed. So.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people just they do like it. They always be like, "Oh, it's the bounty hunter. He's come again. He's struck again." So I'm like, oh, I like that shit. I feeling that shit.
Okay. So what made you pick out? Well, I think you already went over, it, but just go over it again. Just like what made you pick out? What made her vibe with you?
No, I didn't explain it all the way, but pretty much I was when I started Final Showdown, I didn't know where to go from there because I was just like, there's so many characters, and it was really in depth of how each character works. So I was just trying to find one that suited how I fight, like in real life. I was like just going through every character's move list, and I was just, I didn't click with any character because I played DOA. I played DOA for a long time, and I played, the latest one, Ultimate.
Yeah.
So I main Akira, Sarah, Kasumi, and who else? I want to say Li Fang. But pretty much Akira and Sarah, they were from there, so I thought, maybe I'll just go with them. I didn't know shit at the time. So before anybody bashes me on this, I didn't know, I didn't separate that Virtua Fighter and DOA two separate things, completely two separate things. I did not know.
I mean,
Just
I didn't
making
know
up,
either. I
you
tried
know,
playing DOA Sarah. It didn't work out at all.
yeah, you want to because she's in both games, so you want to play her the same way you play her in DOA. But I completely, split that apart. It's two different games. So I tried out Sarah, and I was like, Sarah's cool. Sarah's cool. I like her, but she's not going to be the main one who I go to when I need shit done. And so I tried Akira, and I was like, I like Akira in DOA, but here he's not my style. It's not. And so I went through all the characters' move list, and I found Aoi. And then she did the one thing that I love the most out of characters. She could feint shit. I was like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
this is my bitch. I fuck with this bitch right here. And so all those fainting, all that fainting she does, and all the movements that she does, and I'm just like, oh, this is my bitch right here. We gonna work with this, and that's how it all started.
Yeah, man. Okay, because I play OA too, and I was kind of like, what maybe, get hype about her too, because my the person who taught me VF Tim, STL Tim, he had played. This is way back in Manila. He played OA first in VF4, and then he went to Sarah, which I started maining in. But he showed me some OA stuff, and he started the cancels and all that. I'm like, yo, I gotta play this chick next. So yeah, I know how you feel about that.
Yeah, she makes them cancels look so good. And I was just like, oh, this, and she could cancel him all throughout the string and cancel all these moves. I was like, oh, I got to play her. This is who I am.
Okay, so we kind of delved into this question already, but we're gonna, maybe dive into it more. So the next question is, how would you describe your personal fighting style? What are your strengths and your weaknesses?
Oh, wow. I want to say when I fight, I try to pretty much have a balance. I want a balance between my offense and my defense. It's like a tightrope line. One side is offense, one side is defense, and I try to walk that line so that way I could get a good reading on my opponent to see which side I should tend to lean to more. Should I be more defensive or should I be more offensive? Because I'm gonna put two people that I know that I fought, for example, Gunsniper. Gunsniper is really offensive. Like I mean, a lot of people bash him and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna bash him because he has a wicked offense. Like you gotta give him that. He has a wicked offense, and I fought him a lot of times to know that. But the thing about it is, he has such a high offense that he left his defense wide open. Like if I stand there and I just guard, like he does a lot of stuff. Like he just keeps going with his offense, even though I'm guarding. I'm like, you're not getting through to me. I'm not gonna sit there and let you just strike me down. I'm done. Or I could be like Silent Nephilim, who's more defensive, and he's really good at playing that really strong defense. But he told me before he runs on autopilot, and whenever he goes on the offense, he misses like a lot of wall combos. He misses a lot of combos he could take, a lot of good opportunities he could get bigger damage out of. So I tend to just have that balance, so that way I know when to strike, when to defend, when to move, when to stay still, when to evade. That's who I do.
Yeah. Okay.
As for my weaknesses I want to say is like, I guess I want to say 2P is my weakness. 2P is my weakness.
Oh, that's always weak. Yeah.
I gotta say I am horrified when somebody hits me with 2P. When somebody hits me 2P and it lands on counter hit, I just stay still. And Wolf hits me with that burning hammer, and I just get so pissed at myself. Like, I hate 2P, so I don't know what to do about that. So I'm still trying to figure out ways I could kind of maneuver around that. And then, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna help you with that because I've had the same problem for the longest. Playing Sarah, going to Flamingo and all that stuff. There's certain situations where you can just 2P, and I'm hit, and I'm like, oh, I'm out of Flamingo. I'm like stuck in -7 now. What do I do? And of course, I would always freeze up, and I get burning hammered or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the same thing with Aoi, because like you see El Blaze and Eileen, and they have like 9Ps and stuff like that. They're specifically made to blow up 2P and like discourage people from using it. Same with Kage with 9K plus G and all that. Mm-hmm. So it's like they have that. Aoi is one of the characters that doesn't. So it's like, how do you deal with it? Well, first is like, if you know they're gonna try in 2P, you just do a lot of mids to keep them from ducking. Like preemptive mids. It's like you can't react. It's like you have to put it out early before you start doing it. And if they get staggered or if they stand up and they're at -6, it's like bam, it worked. And they'll stop doing 2P. If you're not gonna predict that they're gonna 2P and they do 2P anyway, just block it. It's like they're in neutral. So they're in -5. So it's like bam, it's your turn again. So you just take their turn from them for that. If you get hit by 2P, it's like that's when that's the real problem, right? Because we always tend to freeze up. Like I'm just now getting off of this problem, kind of. But your first response is like, oh, I got hit. Let me freeze up. Let me block. If they know that, they're gonna throw you, right? So that's. But in reality, you're in a reverse Nitaku situation. So how Nitaku is like, okay, you do a mid or throw mix up pretty much from -6 to -9. If you're in reverse Nitaku, you're on the other side. You got they can throw that mid throw mix up on you. So you have to do reverse Nitaku, which is either you do evade or you do like mash something. Well, okay, you have 3 options. You can either block, you can either evade, or you can mash something out. Preferably a launcher. If they do a mid and you block or evade, then you're good. If they do a throw, you do a launcher, bam, you just you called out their throw and you got a free combo for it. So it's like you just have to put yourself in that situation. Bam, I got hit. I gotta make a choice now. Let me launch. So it's like.
So I just have to read them a lot better to see what they're gonna do, to see if okay.
The main thing is you just can't react the same way when you get hit by 2P every time. If you react the exact same way, they know they only have to do one thing to beat you every time out of that situation.
Yeah, like because I was thinking like if they 2P me on counter hit, and if I 2P them back, would it work, or would that be like how would that be a good thing, or would that be a bad thing?
I mean, it would work because it's still a reverse Nitaku situation. It's like you beat out or throw with a 2P, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the risk reward isn't quite there because you're already putting yourself. You're throwing a move out from -7, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can technically get launched for that from counter hit, right? So it's like if you do a 2P, the reward is like you get 9 damage. Compared to getting launched, if you guess wrong, that's the risk reward is not there. Comparably, if you're in the same situation, you throw a launcher, 3/3 P plus K, and you guess right, you get a launcher. If you guess wrong, you get launched. You see what I'm saying? Now the risk reward is a little more even.
Okay.
So you can do it, but will it discourage them from throwing? Maybe not. But if you throw a launch out there and they try to throw and they get launched and you get a full combo, that might discourage them from throwing. Trying to throw again. So it's high level mind games at that point. So it's just literally like a switch that you have to flip when you get thrown in that situation. Like, bam! I got hit. Let me make a decision.
Okay. I'm gonna test that out in like the dojo. I'm gonna see, just fuck around and see what I can do.
Yeah, because honestly, that's because she has the best defense in the game, right?
Yeah,
and it's like really hard for people to get through. That is the key way to get through it. You do lows. Like people say full circulars, but that's kind of a big risk. But if you do lows, it's like they can't react to it. They just get hit. So
yeah,
that's the AOE weakness, and that's how you deal with it, from my perspective.
Yeah, I always keep getting blown up on stuff like that. So I gotta figure out a way around it.
Yeah. Just develop your reactions, and the first thing is like, oh, I got hit. Let me do something, right? Yeah. That's the first thing you have to develop, and that takes experience right there. And then the second thing you have to develop is making the right figuring out the right decision to make in that moment where that switch flips.
Yeah, that's another thing that's another one of my weaknesses. I need to make better decisions on whenever I have advantage. I need to make a lot better decisions, and when I don't have advantage, that's another weakness of mine. I just don't make really good decisions.
Man, but that's what Raw is for. Is like you get good players to come, fight you, and they exploit weaknesses like that, and it's up to you to figure out in 10 or 20 games, 19 games, or whatever to overcome it. Figure out how to overcome it. So, and if not, we got commentators on deck to help you, with advice and stuff like that, and then we just talk about it afterwards. So that's the whole thing about Raw.
Yeah.
But just work on that for the match, and then I think you'll see a real improvement in your game, and you'll be much more scary because you're always kind of scary to me already. So I remember the first time you challenged me on there, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna play. I think we went back and forth at first, and then I think you had a string of wins on me, and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, no. Then I started getting all determined not to lose and all that other stuff. So, but at the same time, it was like you know what you were doing, and it was like I had to respect you. So, definitely, you're already halfway there, most definitely. So, okay, let me go to the next question. All right, what is the next question?
I don't know. You tell me.
All right, how do you think the set will go? Because you're going against Jacko, right? He's pretty experienced. Plays New York. Plays offline a lot. So how do you think you're gonna deal with an opponent like Jacko and his Sarah?
I fought his Sarah in a room match. He's really good. He's really good. Really good style. So I honestly don't know how it's gonna go because I play Sarah myself, but he plays it different. He plays Sarah differently than I do. So I may know Sarah's moves, but he knows things that I don't know what Sarah can do. So it could go either way. So I'm trying to use that to my advantage and trying to keep that knowledge of what Sarah's moves are and some of the things that she can do. So that way I know what I can do with Aoi in order to, stop that before it even comes. So that's what I'm trying to get into my head now because I was playing him online. He's been playing Jeffrey. He's been playing Jeffrey pretty much. And I don't know if is that his real main or is
that's his real main. He plays a lot of characters though.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna see what I could do against Sarah because I play her, so I'm gonna use that knowledge as best of my ability.
Okay, it's funny because it's just like you said. It's like his Sarah is really different. I think every Sarah player has a really different style, at least from Western Sarahs. Mm-hmm. And his style is very much go with the flow. It's like you cannot predict what he's gonna do, and he's gonna find any opening to get you launched in there. So it's like you have to just be adaptive because that's what he does. He adapts. He runs on instinct. He doesn't really pre-plan stuff.
Yeah, his
So
Sarah is like really touch and go, trying to see, okay, what are you gonna do if I do this, or what are you gonna do if I switch it up and do this? And it's like, oh, you're gonna do that. I know how to pick that up, and I know how to scrape you with it. Like he could come at you from so many different angles, and that's why it's difficult to get in and try to be aggressive to Jacko, because Jacko could just go right around that and just knock you up and knock you out, and it's crazy. But
yeah,
it's the same thing you could say about with a lot of characters. Like every character is different from in a different person's hands. Like my always different from gun snipers, or and your Sarah is a lot different than mine. Like there's just everybody's different style, so it could be said about a lot of people.
most definitely, it's definitely true. I think it's so true with Sarah though. It's like everybody plays her completely different.
Because
So
I've seen some pretty good defensive Sarahs. I mean, even though she doesn't have that many defensive options, I've seen some pretty good defensive Sarahs. They strike, right when the moment happens for them to strike. When they see the moment to strike, they go and get it, but they wait for it in the meantime. And I see other Sarahs who just come in, go in hard, get aggressive, and just start that kicking flurries of kicks and get it started.
yep, like GT would be a really good example of a good defensive Sarah, and then of course you Sarah in Japan. He's probably the best fighting in that style, and then Yo Hayati, he's like gun sniper of Sarah. Great offense with her. So I don't know if you've seen him on PS3, but he's like that. He was on Raw too. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
I have to check that out then. I want to see that.
yep. Okay, let me find the next question. All right.
Oh, I saw that thing with Shiny Brentford and Hayato, and he said that he was going to completely destroy him, and it was 10-0.
Oh wow.
Oh
Let's
my
not even get
god.
started on that. Yeah, he's part of 10-0 Club, Hayato. He got
I
blown up.
I watched that whole thing last night. That's one of the reasons why I'm so tired today. I watched that whole thing, and I was just and I watched his interview when he was just like, "I'm gonna scrape him. I'm gonna kill him. It's all over for him." And I'm just like, "Yeah, it's over for Hayato. I know it's over for Hayato."
Oh man, we were so hyped to see how that goes because we thought Hayato was practicing and all that. He was getting ready, pumping iron and stuff to go against Shiny, and that happened. It was just like surprising.
Oh
But
shit! I know. I saw it from start to finish. I saw the videos that started, the interviews and everything. I'm like, oh wow, this is gonna be like a really good bang out right here. And then Shiny just completely sweeps him, and I'm just like, holy shit! He just owns your shit. Like, what are you gonna do about that?
oh yeah, because Shiny's goal is pretty much like mini OA, pretty much.
Yeah,
Except
like
his counters hurt a lot more. So
yeah,
that's the main thing about that.
yeah. He's really good. I fought him back when I was still like a beginner at Final Showdown, and I just couldn't. I couldn't beat him. I just couldn't beat him at all. I didn't know exactly what to do. I didn't even know the basics at the time. I didn't know shit, and I was just like, damn, I'm just getting fucked up right now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. When it
yeah.
comes to stuff like that, then you have to know the matchup really well. It's the same thing with like gun sniper and stuff like that. It's like you
Mm,
just have to know the matchup, what you can and can't do.
yeah. I have to
So
learn how to throw break too. I have to learn how to do that a lot better. That's another one of my weaknesses.
yeah, that's another thing. Okay, this is just like VF fundamentals hour. It's like I keep just going off on a tangent and this stuff, but it's like people are like, "Oh, I got to throw break. Oh, I got to throw break." I was playing somebody else last night or 2 nights ago. It was a DOA player, and he was trying to learn VF, and he's like, "Man, I got to learn to throw break." I'm like, "Okay, you want to try and throw break, right?" I was like, "Throw break equals 2/3 chance to guess wrong equals last resort." That should say it off from me to him. So it was like, why would you want to throw break? Is like, first of all, it's like you get side turn a lot, and second, it's like, so there's no reward in it,
Yeah,
right? So and on top of that is like you throw, if you miss throw break, is like you get thrown anyway. So your first resort, that should be your last resort, throw break. Your first resort, your first throw break should be attack. It should be following
nah,
the VF triangle. Attack beats throw beats guard beats attack.
good point. Yeah,
So it's like if you know somebody's gonna throw you, your first instinct shouldn't be to throw somebody. It should be to launch them. That's what your
yeah,
first instinct should be. If you know they're gonna throw you. If you're
yeah,
like, oh crap, they're throwing at me, and it's like too late, then you have to throw break. That's
yeah.
because you don't have a choice. So, but that's my perspective.
Yeah, because I do understand what you're saying. Because when people do try to throw me, I try to like I usually try to do a 2P to try to, shut that down and try to quiet them down from throwing me a lot. But I'm talking of when I mean is like when I want to just like stand and guard and I just want to observe what people do. I just want to make sure that I I have to remember to keep my hand on P and G. Because I come from Tekken where it's only one button. When you get thrown,
Yeah.
you hit one button and you hit it's either, and plus you can see which direction it comes from in Tekken. If they come out with the left arm, it's a 1. If they come out with the right arm, it's a 2. If they come out with both arms, it's 1 and 2. That's the
Yeah.
way the brain was programmed. So I'm trying to erase that out of my head, but it's just a habit that I've been with so long. So I have to get rid of that habit, and it's killing me.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I didn't have the exact same problem. I think everybody had to deal with it in some capacity because just coming from vanilla to Final Showdown, you had multiple throw escapes and stuff like that. We had to change up too, so we had that same problem. So it's probably a little bit more problematic for you coming from Tekken though. So
Yeah, I'm trying to break that dumbass habit, but it's just not going away anytime soon. And I'm just like, damn it, I really need to like, if I'm gonna observe, I really need to remember to keep my hand on P and G and in a direction. And it's hard to remember at times.
yeah, but the thing is like in the heat of the moment, it's actually easier than you think it is. So it's just like, because it's the thing about lazy throw escape is like you're already, you don't have to think about it. You're already doing it. It's like it should be a habit of guarding that you're already in throw escape. Not like, oh, I'm guard, let me start throw escaping. No, it's like it should be part of your guarding technique. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just think like, oh, I'm got a guard, let me input a throw escape while I'm at it. That's what it is.
Yeah,
So,
that is how it is.
it's not a reaction. No.
It should just be second. It should be like driving. When you get in the car, you just drive. You know how to drive.
Yeah.
Period. It's just secondary. So
Pretty
that's how it
much.
should be.
Yeah.
It should be like that. That's what I'm trying to inscribe into my brain, but my brain is like saying, "Nigga, we from Tekken. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about." I'm like, "Bitch, just fucking press the P with the fucking G. Just do that shit for me. Just remember that in the back of the fucking brain, and we're good." That's all I got. That's all I'm trying to get into my brain right now.
Yeah, but you're getting it. That's what it is. It's like just recognizing the problem. It's like you're right on the way. So, all right, let me get to the next question. Okay, what's this match mean for you? As far as like, are you trying to improve? Is it like is Jacko a rival that you want to beat, or does he represent a certain type of player that you want to beat and improve yourself? As or what do you think?
Like the way I see it, it's pretty much like this. I know you've probably seen Pokemon, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, who hasn't seen Pokemon? And about there's gym leaders of every city and stuff like that. I consider like you and Jacko and a lot of other people. You guys are like gym leaders who I have to go around. And I really just have to make sure I could face you guys. I could I don't want to say dominate. I don't want to say all that. That's too much.
Yeah, you should say dominate. That's the goal. It's like I want to dominate anybody I want to play against.
I'm not. Yeah, that's bedroom shit. I don't dominate.
Okay.
I'm not on that. But I'm just a person who likes to know that I could stand up against somebody. Like I want to be able to stand up against Jacko. I want to make sure that if I were offline, I could stand up against him. I want to just make sure that I could take down the gym leaders. That's what I want to do because I want to go to the Elite Four, and because Shidosha. I know everybody knows Shidosha.
Yeah.
Like not too long ago, probably about maybe 1-2 weeks ago, we had a 1st to 10. I don't know if he streamed it. I don't think he did, but it was 10-3. He won. And pretty much I was like, okay, I have a lot of learning to do. But we had a 1st to 10 a long time ago, and I did even worse then. But now I feel like, I have a better understanding of Taka, and I have a better understanding of the basics, and I have a better understanding of what I can do on defense. So I feel, I just want to gradually get better. I just really want to get better. That's all.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. This is a great step to doing it. Just throwing yourself, because it's one thing to play casuals, right?
Hmm.
But it's better to put yourself in a pressure situation. And it's like the best way to do that is a tournament. But of course, we don't have any VF tournaments right now. But
Yeah.
this would be one of the best things. It's like, okay, you have everybody watching you. You have only a limited amount of matches where you can win. And it's like do or die. So
Yeah, because I do want to compete because I know Sega Cup happened, but I wasn't ready for that. So I want to because I know I think it's called NYG. Is that what it's called? I
yeah,
think
NYG.
NYG because I know that's happening in August, and I want to go to that because I live in Connecticut, so it's not that far from me. So I want to go to that, and I want to test my metal against everybody who's there and just do my thing and. I want to compete in tournaments. I mean, if they're holding another Sega Cup, I want to compete next time around. So that's what I'm trying to prepare myself for. Trying to prepare myself for any kind of style, any kind of technique that people have. I want to make sure that I prepare myself for it and I know how to counter it. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, well that's good to hear. And then rumor has it from being at Sega Cup, I've heard rumors from secondhand talk about from Sega personnel. It's like they thought the Sega Cup was a success. So,
Oh,
I was glad to hear that. I'm like, hey, really? Cool. So, maybe there might be another one next year. Maybe.
I hope so. I thought it was a success. I thought it was a huge turnout. I didn't know that many people were going to be there, and because I was just watching, a lot of the stuff that was online, and I was just like, wow, it was a huge turnout. And I hope there's another one next year because I want to go and I want to see what I can do there.
Yeah, man. That'd be cool to see, man. And I'm glad you're preparing for it, too. That's really cool to see. So, we need more new players to come out and then you just, test their mettle, man. That's what makes the community grow and, makes it fun to watch.
Yeah,
So.
that's another thing about that I love about Virtua Fighter is that it's such a really, really positive community. Like everybody comes together and we all learn from each other and we all make mistakes. I mean, between the beefs and the rivalry and stuff like that, but we're still all together as a community. On Tekken, I don't get that. On Tekken, I feel like you're on your own and it's dog eat dog. That's the feeling that I get from Tekken. I'm just like that's one of the reasons why I left that game because I mean I have my couple friends off there, my good couple friends who I go to for help and stuff. But as a community, I feel like everybody's just divided because there are people up there who make like these videos saying he's a lag switcher, he's a lag switcher, he's this, he's that, blah, 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 blah. It's like motherfucker, you on YouTube talking about some lag switch? What the fuck is this? Where is your life? Where is your job? Where is your girlfriend? Where is your child?
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm done because you don't see that shit here. You see people on Virtua Fighter saying, look, if you're gonna call me out, let's go, let's do this, run me at first to 10. I was like, that's the shit I'm talking about. When somebody talks shit, I'd be ready. I'd be like, even if I lose, even if probably I'm out-leagued and outclassed, I'm going to still do a first to 10. In Tekken, you don't get that. You don't at all. You don't.
Okay.
You really don't. So
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I really just left. I got sick of that shit.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's sad to hear, but at the same time, glad it pushed you over to us. So that's cool. And that kind of just answered my next question anyway.
What was the next question?
It was like, do you have any thoughts about the VF community?
Oh, well, shit. I done answered my own question.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but how do you think we can grow in numbers, and how do you think we can stand up against Japan?
Oh shit.
The tough questions, right?
Shit. Oh shit. He done brought it to Japan.
I mean, because that's the goal, right? It's like if you play a fighting game, it's like your inherent goal, in my opinion, if you're being competitive, is like you want to be the best. So it's gonna come to a point where you have to fight Japanese, like in Sega Cup, and you want to beat them, right? So it's like, how would you be able to prepare yourself to beat people like Fudo or Itazan?
Yeah, Fudo. I've seen matches with Fudo. Fudo Shun is sick as shit. I'm just like, but I was analyzing the matches a lot, and I was just like, he likes to. I don't want to say play games, but he likes to have distance and he likes to have control over the battle. He really does.
Oh, you know,
he really does love having control over the battle because I've seen him do things like he goes to the corner of the arena and he just starts drinking. I'm like, oh, you bastard. you bastard. I know exactly what the fuck you're trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
And he just starts drinking and he just drinks and drinks right at the corner of the arena. And you're just wondering, oh, I just want to fuck him up. But I know if I go over there, he's going to fuck me up. I'm just like, shit.
I think I remember that match, too. I think it was Sega Cup.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't know, but that shit had me rolling. But
Yeah,
it's creativity like that. He pushed, and the thing about it was he won that. He pushed his limits, and he got creative, and he won that because I feel like we're too busy focused on like the frame data and the frame this and the moves this and the moves that, while Japan, even though they focus on that, they focus on being creative and they focus on being funny. They use their own, I feel like they use their personality when they fight, you know, they put
yeah,
their own personality in their characters and they do things like, you know, what I just said, Fudo go into the edge of the ring. Me, I feel like that's cool. That's cool that you put your own personality in there and that you got your own style in there. And because of that, because you put your personality and your heart on the line, I feel like you could really control the battle. You could because your personality and your heart's right there in it. So I feel like we're too busy focused on numbers when we should be focused on like more things like heart and personality and the person behind the character. That's who I feel. That's what I feel if we're gonna go up against Japan.
I kind of agree with you. I'd say I pretty much 80% agree with you on that because I think I played Jacko in a RAW myself, like what November or something like that. I got blown up. Well, actually, he had just picked up Sarah. I think this is the match I'm talking about because we played a couple of matches, one with his Jeffrey and one with his Sarah, and I was beating him at first, and this is when he just started playing Sarah for a few months. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, I got this. I've been playing this chick for a year and a half now. It's like, yeah, I got this, and he came back and won anyway. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I lost another match, Raw match afterward against no, it wasn't a Raw match, but it was like a first to 10 or first to 20 with Shang, with Wolf. And
Mm-hmm.
then they sat me down and he was like, look, you know what? Explain why you lost or something like that. And I told him, well, and I had this amount of frame disadvantage where I could have done this option, but this frames, for me for doing this. And they were like, whoa. Like, just stop. It was like and this is Flash telling me this, Chief Flash. He was like, the key to winning is in Virtua Fighter is instincts. He was like, you're looking
Yes.
too closely into the frames,
Yeah.
VF is not a spreadsheet. It's like all about just feeling your opponent out and using your instincts to guide you. And I think that's more or less how you were talking about playing against
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah, like they fight. That's honestly what I was trying to say. Like they do fight on instinct. They do fight on stuff like that. They're just creative like that. And because they're so creative and they don't have any fears. You know, they're creative. They're like, I'm gonna make this work, and it's gonna work, and it works because they fight on instinct. And I mean, they know frame data, they know when they could punish and stuff like that. Some of the times they don't choose to do it. Why? Because they know what they're doing, because they just know, man.
Exactly. It's like, and it boils down to like back when we were talking about 2P, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
bam, I get 2P. Oh, I'm -7. I can't do anything. Let me block, right? That'd be the frames tell me what I can do, right? Well, okay, well, you're getting thrown every time because you're always going to react the same way, It's like, just because you're -7 doesn't mean you can't throw a launcher out. And if you do throw a launcher out and they try to throw you, bam, you get this huge reward. So it's like, you know, I would be chained by the book, is like, Shiny would tell me. He's like, okay, you're going to go by the book so much, I'm going to throw the book at you. And he do stuff like that. That's literally what he tells me. So when he throws me, he's like, I'm throwing a book at you, Black Star. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. Let me stop doing these same habits. It's just like he said. It's just getting so bogged up in details. It's like you miss the big picture.
Yeah, like pretty. What was like? Because I remember Shidosha. I forgot where he said this from, but he was like Denkai attacks a lot on Abare sometimes.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
mastered that.
yeah, he's mastered that, but that's just who he is. He puts his personality, he puts his heart into it, and it works, does it not?
It's true. It's
You
true.
know?
And that
It,
that okay. Every player, especially really good players, have goals, like specific goals that they want to achieve, and that part develops from their personality and their natural play style. Like,
mhm.
like Denkai, he's like, I'm gonna get counter hit on you. Okay, I'm gonna mash right here. I'm gonna backdash beat knuckle on you, or I'm gonna evade launch you. Stuff like that. I'm gonna force you to put yourself in a situation where I can just mash out. And then like GT and Fudo, I think they're alike actually. It's like they're about control.
Yeah.
It's like their goal is to put you in every situation in the match for there to be, for it to be in as much in their favor as possible. So even if they block something, it's like, like when he plays Jean, right? Jean has so many moves that are like -4 on block. So it's like even if you block a move, he'll just fuzzy out of like everything that you'll do. And it's like, okay, if you catch his evade, he's just gonna ECD it. He's gonna block all your capos G's, all your spin kicks and stuff. So it's like even if he's on negative frames, it's like it's still gonna be in his favor. You see what I'm saying? And then Fudo kind of plays the same way with Shun. So he comes in just one KK, and you can't react to it. It's a 17 frame low. It's like you're not gonna see it.
No.
So he's gonna try and get you to duck low and hit you in mids and throw you and get drinks and all that other stuff. So.
But the thing about it is, he does that instinctively. He does that because he knows he's gonna get it. He does that because his heart is in it. His heart is in it, And I feel the same way with GT. His heart is in his John. When he plays John, he's pretty much become John, and he goes out there and he fights hard. That's the thing that I like about. That's the thing that I feel like we all need to do. We're all focused on like all these numbers and all this other stuff, and then I just sit there like, because a lot of people say that to me and said that to me in Tekken as well. They always kept saying, oh, you can't do this, all this God fisting, and I got you on frame advantage, and I'm just like, nah. When I play with Ling Xiaoyu, I play with my heart. I go with what my heart tells me to do, and I'm just riding the tides out with that. I'm just riding it all out on my heart and what my heart's telling me to do. Like, if he hits me with a God Fist and I still want to come in there, because the God Fist knocks you back. Like, electric God Fist, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you know what that is.
Yeah,
like, in Tekken,
I hate that
the Mishimas. Yeah, the Mishimas, all that power hitting shit. Some people tell me, you shouldn't try to attack on when you hit someone with a God Fist. And when someone hits you with a God Fist, you shouldn't attack or something like that, or you shouldn't try to go on the offensive. It's like, if somebody hit me with a God Fist, I would want to, with Ling Xiaoyu, I would want to get back on the offensive. I know it's a bad thing. It's probably, not a good thing to do, but he wouldn't expect it though,
Exactly.
He wouldn't expect me to come back in with an offense after he done knocked me 4 feet away with a God Fist. So I'm like, okay, do the unexpected.
That's what I'm saying. It's the first rule of fighting games. If it works, do it. If they let you do something like that, then do it. It's just as good as like a real strat,
Yeah.
It is a real strat at that point.
Yeah, if they let you get away with it, just do it. Do it 100 times if it works. If they don't do shit about it, then that's too fucking bad. That's not my problem.
Exactly. So yeah, it's like, I agree with you 100%. And then like a lot of people's character choices reflect their heart, what their natural play style is, what they like to do, and stuff like that too. So I agree with you with that too. So, but yeah, okay. Like, how long you been playing RA though? It's about a year and a half, 2 years.
No, I only got. This is my first Virtua Fighter that I've actually sat down and played like legitimately. Like, it's only been like probably, I want to say 5 months.
Wow, you got pretty good in 5. Why is everybody getting so good so quick? It took me like 2-3 years to get okay. Not even good, just okay.
Like, it really took me. That's because I researched. One thing about me, I don't jump into a game unless I've researched it. I don't jump into any game, even if it's just like a little Kirby game. I don't go into it until I've researched it, because I knew with Virtua Fighter, I knew if I was gonna play, competitively with other people, I had to get on their level and fast, because I'm like 20 years behind. I'm like, who knows how many years behind. I'm behind everybody. I'm behind you. I'm behind Jacko. I'm behind Tim. I'm behind all of you. And I've just started my journey in Final Showdown. So I know I needed to research. I needed to do my work. I needed to do my training. I needed to do all my homework. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just doing my homework, doing those projects, and I'm trying to get my hour down.
Yeah, I think you're doing pretty good, because, like I said, it's like you're learning a lot faster compared to like people coming in when I first came in, which is like, I've been playing since VF2, but I really came in vanilla, VF5 vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a lot. It took a lot of time, a lot longer time to learn VF then. But people like you, and like, a lot of new PSN players and new XBL players, they learn this game in like 4 months. It's like, what? I spent 2 years. So
You know, they probably just did their research because I know I was on YouTube all day, all night watching Aoi. I was watching Aoi videos all day and all night, just looking at how they play, looking at how they play her, and I was trying to develop my style out of that, and I was trying to develop what I can do and stuff like that. So I did my research. I wasn't gonna come here just empty-handed. I wasn't gonna do that shit. I'm not that crazy.
nah, it seemed like you're doing right so far. So, and then of course this Raw match, it's gonna help you boost up until you can get into a tournament. That'll really help you boost up then. So, NYG may be that next, level up session right there, where you get KO Ken. So, but yeah, okay. So, any advice for learning Aoi to people who might be trying to learn Aoi? I could use some tips.
Uh, I'm not one to ask, but as far as I've played with her, like I like to use, I always use my feints as ways to get into to unlock different doors. That's the way I've been using Aoi. I've been using my feints to get throws. I've been using Aoi to do a whole bunch of different things. So try to just experiment with stuff. Just go to dojo and just not even just try to have it a goal in mind. Just fuck shit up. Just go with Aoi and just fuck shit up, and you'll discover things you've never known before. Really.
That's what's up, man. It's like you have that power of creativity, man. A lot of us lack that, especially older cats. So
That's all I do. That's all I do. I just go to dojo and I just pick Aoi and I just do wall combos and I just do random shit and I go against the computer. I turn the computer on and I spar against the computer for a while and I do shit that I didn't even know I thought I could do.
Yeah, man, coming up with new stuff, and then of course you're gonna try it out on like online players when you get in a match and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the way to learn, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're doing pretty good. I think I can learn from that.
Yeah.
Okay, so last thing, any shout outs or any you want to tell people what's your VFDC name, or if you got any Twitters or whatever streams.
I feel so famous. Pretty much, if you're trying to add me on Facebook, I don't mind adding people. It's facebook.com/moonlightblader, and if I'm on, VFDC, BBountyHuntyr, but it's with a Y. It's BBountyHuntyr. And I'm trying to get on PSN, actually. I'm trying to get that thing whole situated, but I'm a broke motherfucker, so I don't have no money. So I'm trying to get on there, and I'm trying to see what the experience is like on there. So I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to be up there with you and everybody else that's up there. So I'm on my way up there. But besides that, you can hit me up there. I'm good.
Man, I might be a fraudulent XBL player right now, but I am by far an XBL player right now. So it's like, hey, PSN is cool, but I don't know, PSN has problems. But at the same time, they have a lot of players.
Yeah,
So,
I heard about that. I heard they have a lot of good players up there. But we have our few, and they do damage. They fuck shit up. So I'm not that sad.
yeah, because PSN has more players, XBL has better players. That's the rule of thumb ever since, vanilla. It's the way it's
Yeah.
always been.
Yeah. Oh. There's also some replays of me that Liquid put up. I don't know why he put them up of me, but you can ask him that. It's Liquid. I don't know. You know him, Liquid IX Akira.
I've heard it. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's on my Facebook friends too. I got his YouTube page up.
yeah. I was just watching some of my replays and watching some of the stuff that I could have done. So if anybody wants to see what I can do, then just go to his page and look up BBountyHuntyr and you'll find him. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what's up. I guess that's all. Well, I got another question. I kind of answered it already.
Sure.
Yeah, who do you look up to player-wise, whether Japan, U.S., Europe, whatever?
Who do I look up to as to like a country or as in like
Player.
a player? Huh?
Player. Like, for example, for me, it's like, my favorite players to watch and learn from is Chivita, because he's got that really super aggressive style, always in your face. It's just like he never stops. So, and then I tell other people, and they laugh at me. It's like players over here that I look up to, besides like Denkai and GT, is like Hoyati and Gun Sniper, because they have like I tell everybody, it's like Gun Sniper has like the best alley flowcharts that I've seen out of anybody. Japan or whatever. It's like he just has offense down with her. It's like I kind of like to learn that. And then Hoyata is the same way with Sarah. So I don't know. That would be my listings, or some of it, not all of it, but some of it.
Okay. Well, I have two of them. I don't know whose YouTube page. Like, I mean, I don't know who's behind the YouTube page, but it's like I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like URYW. I mean URIWARI Aoi, and I don't know
Oh,
who runs it.
Uriwara,
Yeah,
Uriwara.
yeah.
Okay.
He's I'm looking at his videos and I'm just like, wow, he's amazing. That's one of the people who I really, really admire. I love his Aoi. She's so crazy, but I just love it. I just love everything about what he does with her. And another person is Kingo. I can't deny that Kingo is amazing. Kingo has that perfect balance, that perfect blend of offense and defense, and he does it so with finesse, and he does it so well. Like that's where I got a lot of my stuff from some of the stuff that he does, and I was just like, wow. Like he has like 6 videos of meaties, like what you could do after certain, what you could do after certain moves, after people tech and stuff like that. And I was like, I did not know that, and that's really improved my game. So I look up to Kingo, and what was the other one? What was his name?
Uh, Uriwara,
Uriwa.
Aoi.
Yeah.
Uri. Japanese pronunciation is weird because they say the R's and it sounds like D, so it's Uriwara Aoi.
Uh,
So
yes.
just sound the R like a D, and you'll have like from my experience, Japanese pronunciation of it. So.
I didn't go to college for Japanese, so I'm not good in that directory. So I'm gonna try my best, but I'm not making promises.
So just say it as best you can. We'll know what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Sorry for keeping you up so long. I know you might be trying to roll back over to sleep, but
No,
it was
I'm
like,
probably gonna no, I'm probably gonna wake up and just go on for a minute and probably just go train now. I'm just gonna go on there because Raw is tomorrow, so this is my last day before I could get any training in if I
oh,
want it.
oh yeah. I know Jacko's been ready because he's been posting Sarah videos on his Facebook for like the past week now. So it's like I already know he's been trying some stuff out. So this is gonna be pretty hyped tomorrow. So okay, to those who don't, to those, just to reiterate, we're gonna have Raw tomorrow. I think it's July 6th, and it's gonna be at what, 7, 8? I
9.
forgot. 9 p.m.
9.
9 p.m. Eastern. So it's gonna be Jacko playing Sarah, one of the most successful Raw entrants in the history of Raw, the past 24 episodes or whatever. So, and we have the newcomer, BBountyHuntyr, Alloy Specialist, ex Tekken. Well, you might still play Tekken, but new VF player. So, and then he's been coming up real quick. So it's like I'm pretty hyped to see this and see how it goes. So, all right. So, anything else to say before I shut it down?
Uh, mm, Fuck bitches, get money, and get hoes.
Yep. So that's life lessons right there.
Yeah, just no babies though.
Nah, not right now. No. All right, y'all. Peace out.
Holla.